Can a Christian participate in Freemasonry without committing adultery? Heck no. You can't. What? You cannot mix light and darkness together. How can two walk unless they agree? They're different sides, regardless of what people want to say. They are different sides of the coin. Okay? They're darkness realm trying to portray itself as light. Freemasonry has always been religious in character, though it subscribes to no particular orthodoxy. To become a Freemason, the applicant has to be an adult male and must believe in the existence of a supreme being and in the immortality of the soul. You have to believe in a supreme being. That does not mean the supreme being is the God that you worship, or the God that Muslims worship, or the God that Christians worship. It's just straight out their title, supreme being. It could be anybody these pagans worshippers could drum up. So when they say believe in a supreme being, it's still vague. The teachings of Freemasonry enjoin morality, charity, and obedience to the law of the land. It is not, however, a Christian institution, though it is often taken to be such. Freemasonry has received considerable opposition from organized religion, the Roman Catholic Church in particular. So they are saying the Roman Catholic Church and them have been at odds, opposition. So they seem to not agree on a lot of stuff. So that right there should tell you, if the church and them are clashing, something ain't right. So now when you see things like this, now say, let us merge, let us come together, let us be one, because we all believe in the same supreme being. Heck no. This is NWO. This screams NWO, written all over it. Because when you begin to merge their symbols with Christian symbols and more pagan symbols, then everything is merging into one world. The religion of the one world. I hope you guys are seeing this. So when it is at this level, they are showing you, you are one step closer to NWO. Freemasonry is a charitable, benevolent, educational, and religious society. The Kentucky Monitor goes even further when it states, as Masons, we are taught that no man should ever enter upon any great or important undertaking without first invoking the blessing of deity. This is because Masonry is a religious institution. Albert Pike, a 33rd degree Mason, one of the most celebrated Masonic scholars, claims that every Masonic lodge is a temple of religion, and its teachings are instruction in religion, morals, and dogma, page 213. This book was published under the auspices of the Supreme Council of the 33rd degree of the Scottish Rite. The problem is that the lodge lies to candidates before their initiation. Masonry, like all the religions, all the mysteries, hereticism, and alchemy, conceals its secrets from all except the adepts and sages or the elect and uses false explanations and misinterpretations of its symbols is misread. Those who deserve only to be misled. So they basically be lying, misinterpreting symbols and telling people all kind of stuff so that people who are not using discernment and seeking the Most High for their self are gonna be led astray. So does this sound like a institution you would want to be a part of? Deceivers and liars? To conceal the truth, which it calls light, from them and to draw them away from it. So Masonry jealously conceals its secrets and intentionally leads conceited interpreters away. Morals and Dogma, page 105. Can you imagine a sane man joining any organization if he knew they were going to intentionally mislead him? Another Masonic scholar, Albert Mackay, a 33rd degree Mason, claims the only reason to defend Masonry is because of its religious element. I contend without any sort of hesitation that Masonry is, in every sense of the word except one, and that is least philosophical and eminently religious institution, that it is indebted solely to the religious element which it contains for its origin and for its continued existence, that without this religious element it would scarcely be worthy of cultivation by the wise and good. Encyclopedia of Freemasonry, page 727. The Faith and Order Committee of the Methodist Church has issued a report urging men not to join the Masonic Lodge since it is a competitor of Christianity. The report also states there is a great danger that the Christian who becomes a Freemason will find himself compromising his Christian beliefs or his allegiance to Christ, perhaps without realizing what he is doing. Evansville Courier, June 13, 1985. If the Methodist Church can understand this, why can't some of my brethren? Listen to Paul in 2 Corinthians 6, verse 14. Do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship has righteousness with lawlessness, and what communion has light with darkness? Nazi rocket scientist Werner von Braun, 33rd degree Masonic astronaut Buzz Aldrin, and black magician Jack Parson were key figures in the NASA space missions on Halloween in 1936. Jack Parsons founded Jet Propulsion's laboratory. Parsons was a disciple of Aleister Crowley. And if you don't know who Aleister Crowley is, he was said to be a very wicked Freemason in Earth's history. So you could do research on him because they all have, well, everybody who knows him have negative things to say, how evil he was. And performed sex magic rituals to bring forth the Moonchild. This was the occult mission of NASA to bring forth Crowley's Aeon of Horus, and that's a Greek god. In Greek, Horus was called Apollo. This is why NASA first moon landing was called Apollo 11. The phallic rocket ship landed on the Sea of Tranquility, the goddess Isis, to give birth to Apollo the Antichrist, in bracket Revelation 9:11. NASA was founded by Nazi occultists and rocket scientists who fled to America in Operation Paperclip. The occult nature of NASA is evident in the missions, landings, sites, space modules, and events. NASA projects are named after pagan gods Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo, the most famous being Apollo 11, in which high-level Mason Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong allegedly walked on the moon. In Revelation 9:11, we learn that Apollo is the angel of the bottomless pit. They call him Apollyon, but I see a resemblance in that name. Apollo, Apollyon. So here we see NASA symbol and some Nazi influences. Basically, a chain link showing you who knows who and who came after who and who belongs under what organization. Oh, look, who's at the bottom? Astronauts. Organization chart showing Masons, SS members, and magicians in key positions of power all throughout NASA in the 1960s. Everybody who was anybody at the agency, from the director on down, was a member of one of these three secret cults. Everyone who has claimed to have been in space, guess what, is also a Freemason. Because they're all contributors to the same lie. They know who they serve. They will lie to protect their knowledge. And then you sit there and wonder why they lie to you and send disciples out to lie to you and pay pilots to lie to you and draft up CGI videos to lie to you. A secret society or a society with secrets will never tell you. Which could it be? It's definitely a society with secrets that it might tell you, but you have to get to the last level before you even find out who the heck you're really worshiping, and then it's too late. Then you'll be there for all that time worshiping the enemy unknowingly, and then boom, one day you reach the top. Then they reveal, hey, all this time you've been worshiping the enemy all along and we tricked you or we misled you. But hey, congratulations, you've reached the 33rd degree. Here you go. Revelation 9 verse 1 reads, Then the fifth angel sounded his trumpet, and I saw a star, angelic being, that had fallen from heaven to the earth, and the key of the bottomless pit, abyss, was given to him, in bracket, the star angel. So the moment I saw the words, the star angel, I was like, I know this person. It reminds me of one person. I'm always seeing this guy with a star. This guy. Baphomet, Satan, Lucifer, Moloch, all his many names. He's always having a star on his head. either on his head or around his head, but he's always having a star on his head. So before I even started researching about Freemasons, I woke up one morning on, I think, March the 6th of this year. And I heard the words. I wrote it down. He was placed king over the bottomless pit, Abaddon. I was like, why am I waking up hearing about somebody being placed king over the bottomless pit? I'm not even reading. I'm getting up out of my sleep. So when I started this research, I was like, oh, now it's making sense. It's him. He was placed king over the bottomless pit. Abaddon, the destroyer, the one with the star on his head. It just made sense to me right there and then. The moment I saw the star on this angel's head, I was like, yes, he's the destroyer. And I see his symbols being used all over. Like, people have become so engulfed with these star symbols and they defend them. Some of them have not even researched the origins of all these star symbols that they use. Show me the star symbols that you use, and I will tell you who you worship. Because anyone using these stars, these symbols, like his disciples do, are clearly saying that they are Satan worshippers, disciples of Satan, or are from the synagogue of Satan. So is it Star of David or Star of Lucifer? Nowhere in the Bible or the Talmud is this referenced as the Star of David. However, the Bible does reference this to be the Star of Remphan, belonging to Molech, aka Satan. Originally pagan, the six-pointed star hexagon has been used in Baal worship from the days of Genesis, rebuked in Amos 5:26. Became known as the Seal of Solomon after Solomon married the daughter of Pharaoh, built an altar to Ashtaroth, and entered into Baal worship. Look, I don't need no more information to tell me not to use that thing. Not the Star of David. Nope, it's satanic. Back to King Solomon. King Solomon built an altar for Ashtaroth, worshipped her, and also practiced Molech rituals. It was at this time that the hexagram or six-pointed star came to be called the Seal of Solomon. How do the dictionaries define hexagram? The root word hex is defined as 1, evil spell, 2, a witch. To bewitch, in bracket. Funk and Wagnall's dictionary. So y'all are bewitching people with these symbols, bewitching symbols. No wonder witches use the stars too. No wonder. Disciples of Satan. So there's a star again during an initiation, Freemasonry. And there's the star again. They're bowing down to it, basically showing you who their God is. Using the serpent snake. Bowing to the serpent. Wow. These women look demon possessed. Like, oh man, they look like they're under something, some influence that don't look good. So these are all the things that goes on in their initiations, bowing to stars and serpents and people looking all demon possessed, and some questionable things like branding people on the you know what. So this is what it's all about. This look like something that the Most High would want you to go into? Remember to take all things to Yahuwah in prayer, because in a time like this we need discernment. We need his Ruach HaKodesh to guide us. And you cannot, to trust in man is a vain hope, because at the end of the day they have to work out their salvation, and you don't want to be caught up in the why didn't you go and seek me, the Most High, and you just listen to what man said and you left it there. You don't want the Most High to come and ask you that, because you are going to be held accountable for the deception that you believed in. Okay, so now this should make all of you question, if you are using a star as your symbol, who you are truly worshiping. Are you a disciple of the enemy, or are you acknowledging that you are of the synagogue of Satan? I thank you for being here with me, for watching my video. Bye.